So welcome back to another glorious episode of Chumming with the Spirits. We wanted to do a quick video about
a tech tip.
Tech tip.
We're talking about the tips.
Paratech tips.
Oh, I'm out of this one.
Yeah, you only own the device.
I'll leave it alone.
I own one too, to be honest.
What you guys do at your own time?
Well, don't put me in that. That was a whole different situation.
So, anybody that's familiar with the paranormal field, you will see in the TV episodes and YouTube episodes a device called the K2 meter. We kind of wanted to
spell that?
K-2.
You can find them on Amazon.
Yeah,
The newer models too, because they don't distinguish between the old models and the new models.
the ones where you had to stick a penny in to hold it down. Yeah, I still have one of those.
No comment.
So we kind of wanted to
I used a quarter, but you know.
quarter. Yeah, I used a penny because that's all I had. We kind of wanted to go over a brief overview of what it is, how it works, and what we think of it being used in the paranormal field. Spoiler, most of the views are not going to be positive. So, to kick it off, let's have JD, our resident
Tech expert?
encyclopedia tech expert, and grounder for all of our misbehavings.
And on a side note, Mustang builder.
And Mustang builder.
Yeah. Also, personal defense weapons, non-solar blasters.
That was completely unpersonal. That weapon you brought over
Pew
today.
pew maker.
Wow.
I got a lot of hobbies, and they just seem to get more and more expensive.
I've never seen a gun resemble Han Solo so much in my life and actually be...
No, it's totally functional.
Yeah, we're going to find out.
Yeah.
No, it's a joke. We're not.
No.
So
We're talking about the K2.
What is a K2 meter?
A K2 meter is a device that's supposed to pick up electromagnetic field's strength, which is read in gauss.
Yeah.
So the idea behind it is most people believe that the paranormal puts off, like we're all energy, so we all generate our own electromagnetic field, and ghosts can interact with it by getting closer. The stronger the field, the higher up on the scale. Usually goes from green, but there was 5 or 6 LEDs depending on the version.
Yeah.
From green to red. When you hit red, that is a large amount, to the point that you might want to be worried that you're getting hit with microwaves. I mean, and that's one of the issues with the K2 meter. It can't distinguish between. It's just energy it's picking up. So it could be radio, it could be microwave, it could be regular electromagnetic fields from power cables. So they're when you're using one, they are useful, but you also have to be aware of your surroundings and verify that what you're picking up, if it's static, or it's always in one spot, but it comes and goes. Is that the AC kicking on?
Yeah.
And it's an AC motor near there. Is there a radio that kicks on? Does somebody have a radio or cell phone that's turning on and off, and that's affecting it?
And part of the problem is nowadays is Granny kicking on? Is a demon kicking on?
There's so much more. When they kind of developed this. This goes all the way back to the 70s, right? Or is it the late 80s? Anyways, 70s, 80s. To be honest, back when this was developed, there was not a lot of electromagnetic field generating stuff. Microwaves weren't a big thing yet.
We had oscilloscopes and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but not to the point that people would normally carry this stuff around. So, when it was designed and less technology, it worked. And you can still use them today. I've had some experiences with them. But like I said, you have to double check, triple check that you're not getting influenced by another device near you or around you.
Yeah. So we don't have a K2 meter, what you would normally see on TV, represented here tonight.
That's why we're discussing it.
But we do have what's called a Mel meter, which is basically it puts out a digital readout of the actual energy that's being detected. So instead of seeing a light up, you'll see it say 0.09 milligal.
And when we find the K2, we'll do a video on the Mel meter at that point.
But I want people to see.
We'll find it when we're looking for the digital recorder.
I want people to see what it looks like when an electrical field gets close to the antenna. So, Dave, if you could reach forward a little bit.
If it doesn't light up, you're dead.
So it's detecting his electricity, basically, that he's manifesting, and it's going through his body.
A K2 doesn't make sound, though. A K2 is just the light. So
that's why that's more expensive.
Yes, that's and you don't need a penny. I mean,
no,
it doesn't by itself.
The K2 meter should come with its own penny.
Yes. Well, the newer ones that you find on Amazon, you click it, it turns it on, and it stays on. All right. We have one floating around because we've used it in a couple of videos. But as we do these tech tips, we want to kind of bring to light that as the technology advances and we get better technology to be able to do investigations and all that, you still have to be aware of what that device is actually reading and what can influence it. Generally, your Class A events with these, you'll know right off the bat that this is not something normal. You know, if your meter is hitting red,
ghost on.
Yeah, consistently, that's probably a pretty good indication you got something going on. May not be paranormal, but may not want to be standing in that area if you want to have kids later.
Yeah,
because
unless you're done having them.
Yeah, unless you're done having them, then it really, you know.
And I do have one instance of using a K2 meter that I would consider it unnatural. Not necessarily paranormal, but the correlation between the two events.
I don't think anybody walking around an old abandoned farm or house or whatever in the dark with something that lights up normal anyway. I think that's really...
Yeah, that's a pretty good indication. Yes. Yeah, when you're in an abandoned house.
So, I mean,
no power.
Since you came up with not normal, that's not normal to do, people.
Yeah. Well,
and you're mostly talking to yourself the whole night.
The one I've had the most experience with is I literally had a K2 meter next to me,